Hey guys, Chris Giswaldi here again, Executive Chef of Metropolis Country Club. Today we're going to focus more on technique, and that will lead us to recipes, because there's a couple cooking methods that you need to know how to do, and once you understand cooking methods, you will understand how to approach recipes much better. So your most popular cooking methods are saute, which we'll get to eventually, roasting, pan frying, deep frying, steaming, poaching, grilling. Today we're gonna do a little bit of butchering. I'm gonna take out a few whole chickens. I'm gonna show you how to prepare the chicken to roast it whole. I'm going to show you how to break down the chicken and what you're going to use those parts of the chicken for after they're broken down. A cooked chicken or a raw chicken, you're going to cut it the same way. Once you can do a chicken, you can do a duck, you can do a goose, you can do a turkey. The anatomy is the same. They have 2 legs, 2 breasts, and that's basically what you're going to be concerned with. Back to our knives. This is our steel. This is a must. This is going to keep your sharp knife sharp. Again, if your knife is dull because you didn't take care of it or it's used in a poor way, you're going to have to put it on a stone or bring it to a company to do it on a wheel for you. Scissors, one of the most underutilized tools in the kitchen. They come apart for easy cleaning. They go right back together. They'll cut you just like anything else. We got our 8-inch chef's knives today. Boning knife and a paring knife. Okay? Today we're working with raw proteins. So this is how you get sick. Cross-contamination. Once we dirty our table with any kind of raw proteins, chicken, fish, beef, whatever, we have to wash and sanitize our station. So if you look here, this table is covered with plastic wrap. The entire table is covered with plastic wrap. So if you have 2 minutes of butchering to do and you're using raw proteins, you try to get everything else done first, all your knife skills, everything else. Then you could just wipe down and do your proteins. Once the proteins hit the table, everything must be washed and sanitized with hot soapy water. You can't just wipe your cutting board off with a towel or turn it over. That's how you get sick. And it's very difficult to get people sick when you're cooking if you're using wholesome, fresh food. So, cross-contamination. Change your gloves. Dirty hands, dirty gloves, they're the same thing. Wash your hands all the time. Okay? I wash my hands 30, 40, 50 times a day. Change my gloves so many times. Okay, so we're going to start now with a whole chicken. It's a 3.5-pound chicken. This is your basic chicken that you're going to get anywhere in any store. So here is our chicken. You have your 2 wings, 2 legs, 2 breasts. We're going to prepare the chicken first for stuffing. Okay? When we're ready, we're going to season the inside of the cavity with salt and pepper. We're going to put inside fresh thyme, bay leaf, whole black peppercorns, parsley stems if you have them. It's a good way to utilize them, or just the parsley leaves, and whole cloves of garlic. They could be peeled or unpeeled. Okay? Now, like I said, if you could do a chicken, you could do a quail, you could do a pheasant, you could do a guinea hen, you could do a turkey, you could do a duck. It's the same thing. The only difference is the size. Okay? So when you're cutting meat or fabricating meat, I don't like to say butchering because it sounds like that's exactly what you're doing. You're going to follow the bone or you're going to follow the natural seams. And trust me, after a while, you'll figure out how to butcher things you never butchered before if you just remember those two simple rules. Follow the bone or follow the natural seams. Okay? You're never going to have to bang through the bones. You're going to cut through the joint where it bends. Right here. You might have to move over 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch either way, but it's going to happen. Okay? And I'm going to demo that for you right now. I'm going to use my chef's knife. A lot of people like to use this knife. I prefer this. Okay, so I'm going to cut the wing at the second joint. This is the first joint. This is the second joint. This is the third joint. Okay? Not here. Not here. 1, 2, second joint. See where it bends? Like right here, I can't cut, it's a bone. Right here, I can't cut, it's a bone. I go right here, I can cut. First joint, second joint. I can't cut here. I can't cut here. Don't call for your husband. You can figure this out yourself, ladies. And gentlemen, don't call your wives. You can also figure it out. So just go right in the center where it bends. Done. 2 wings. We're going to trim this excess fat. And just look at the shape of the bird. You don't want to trim it up here. You're going to expose the breast. Trim it right here where the bird ends. Okay? Go to the back, trim the fat. There might be a bag in here with the liver and the gizzard and the neck, but we don't have one. Okay? Now we're going to tie the chicken. Okay? But first, we're going to stuff it. Going to put a little bit of salt. I got my pepper mill here. I wrapped it in saran wrap so I don't contaminate it. Okay? We're going to put some parsley in there or stems. And I got all my stuff separate from the rest of the stuff that's in the cabinet and the refrigerator so I don't contaminate anything. So everything here I'm going to use. I got a nice bunch of fresh thyme. Put any herbs you want. I'm going to put 3 whole cloves of garlic. I just happen to have peeled. If you have unpeeled, just as fine. You're not eating it. 3 fresh bay leaves. About a teaspoon of whole black peppercorns. Those go right inside. You could put a piece of lemon in there too if you like. Okay, just take a piece of lemon. That's my other dog. You met Buster. That's Princess. Put a few pieces of lemon inside. 2 pieces is fine. Okay? Now we're gonna tie the chicken. Okay? If you follow the directions the way I'm gonna tell you and do it the same way every time, you'll never get confused. So we have the cavity away from ourselves. The wings are closest to us. You're going to take these legs and put them in their natural position. Okay? You're going to take a piece of string. You're going to put the string right under the chicken, just like that, and bring it up as if you were tying your shoes. You're going to cross the string, just drop it. You're going to take this string, put it under the bone. You're going to take this string, put it under that bone. You're going to grab the string at both ends. Make sure the string is not on your breast. Pull it. Just bring it back. You want it in between the drum and the thigh. Bring it back. Take your two thumbs. Put them on the back of the breast and just pull. Put it on its side and tie under the neck. This will just make the bird look better and more uniform cooking. Okay? This is where I like to use my scissor. Just cut it at the very end. Okay? Now you have a very nice chicken. Okay? I'm going to do it one more time for you. We take our scissor. We don't want to cut the skin. And you know, this is so much better than like a little more finesse. Just cut the end off. Get rid of the string. Garbage. Again, cavity away from yourself. Wings next to yourself. Legs natural position. Take your string underneath the chicken. You can see we've gone about an inch or two. We bring the string up like we're tying our shoes. You see where the string is on each side of the drum? Just drop the string underneath, take it off your breasts, pull, just go back in between the drum and the thigh, take your thumbs and just pull the string and push on its side, tie it right behind the neck. Not on this side, because the string will come off. Regular knot. This is the easiest way I know how to tie a chicken. Thomas Keller taught me this like 30 years ago. I've watched so many people struggle tying a chicken. And when I show them this way, they're like, wow, where were you 20 years ago? Ready to go. You want to roast a chicken? Salt. Pepper. My olive oil is also covered in saran wrap so I don't contaminate the can. And then I will take it off later. Little bit of olive oil on the chicken. Most recipes say put the chicken on a rack and then put it in the oven. If you don't have a rack, here's your rack. Chicken wing, chicken wing, chicken. Chicken wing, chicken wing, chicken wing. There's your rack. You can eat them later. That's gonna add flavor to your sauce when you make the sauce from the bottom of your pan. I'll just clean my cutting board. Okay. Now, I was a culinary instructor for 11 years at the Institute of Culinary Education in Manhattan. This is exactly how I taught my students, and they paid $40,000 to go to that school for 110 lessons. Okay? Now I'm going to break down the chicken into eighths. I'm going to tell you what we use those chicken piece is for. When I was at the school, I taught my own classes, and I focused on technique. So I did a class on saute, I did a class on pan frying, I did a class on roasting, did a class on breakfast. So every time we go over a cooking technique, I'll demonstrate the butchering or the fabricating, depending on how good I do that day. And I will include the whole book of recipes for each technique. Okay, so I will send the book to the office at Metropolis. We'll take the ice name off of it, put Metropolis on it, and the first one will be roasting. And they're all the recipes I wrote myself. And I will just keep feeding you guys lots of recipes, lots of information, and then you won't need me anymore. I hope not. Okay, so we're gonna take the string off. Don't need the string anymore. But if I was gonna roast this chicken, it would be on the rack. At home, I do it 425-degree oven, 15 minutes. Then I turn it down to 350, and I go an additional 55 minutes. So a total of 1 hour and 10 minutes. I think that comes out to 1 hour and 10 minutes. You wanna cook it till it's golden brown on the outside, moist and juicy on the inside. And you wanna reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. If you push here after it's cooked, you'll see the juices run clear. Okay? You have to remember or understand what carryover cooking is. Carryover cooking is the amount of cooking that takes place after you remove the item from the cooking source or the oven or wherever. Everything has carryover cooking. So this would take 1 hour and 10 minutes to cook. You want it to rest for at least a half an hour so all the juice is settled before you cut it. So everything has carryover cooking. So to butcher the chicken, the first thing we're going to do is remove the legs. And I should use the word fabricate. And there's our cat over there. That's Princess. Don't let her up. We're going to put her outside because she's going to get in the way. Back to sharpening our knife. 45-degree angle. I line it up with my right eye. I make sure my thumb is under the guard. I put the heel of my knife on the edge of the stone, on the edge of the steel, or the end of the steel. 20-degree angle. Follow the bone or follow the natural seams. You can see the natural seam right here. You're going to cut in between. Okay, just don't go straight. Follow. Go all the way to the end and you pop it out of the joint. Okay? Go to the back, you're up against the bone. Follow, keep that knife. Your knife is always going to be like this. 20-degree angle. Okay? One leg. And move the chicken around so you're comfortable. Okay? I'm going to move the chicken this way. That's how I'm comfortable. You want to go in between here. Pop it out. Go back to the flat part of the chicken, top of the breast, and just follow. Follow. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is take the breast off. Again, I have the cavity away from me and the wings next to me. You have your two breasts right here. You have the breastbone in the center. There's like a little ridge here. So if you want the left one, you got to be on the left side of this bone. You don't want to be too far away from that bone, you're going to just leave a lot of meat. So to find that bone, you're going to just cut all the way across. And you can go in both directions. Okay? You can see, you've hit bone. Now you have to follow the bone. You're going to be using the tip of the knife now, like a surgeon, okay? Follow the bone. Keep the knife on the bone and make sure you're not cutting meat. Be comfortable. Follow the bone. Okay? We want to keep that wing on, so we want to cut close to the carcass. You're going to go right through that joint, just like we did before with the wings. Nice chicken breasts. If you have too much fat, trim it. See, there's the bone. We want this breast, we go on this side of the bone. You'll be able to do this with your eyes closed one day. Can't go any further. Follow the bone. Okay, you just go down. Never going to change. I like to turn the bone around and just follow the bone. Just don't cut through like crazy. Follow the bone. You can see right here, there's the joint, right in there. Just cut. Bone you save to make chicken stock, and that'll be the base to your matzo ball soup. Okay? Put the skin nice. Trim the excess. Okay, we got two breasts, two wings, two legs. We want to separate the thigh from the drum, right where it bends. See right here, that fat line? Usually that's right where it is. You see the fat? You just cut. Trim your fat. Trim your fat. Don't trim it all the way. You want to make sure when it shrinks, it's still covering your chicken. And when you cook the chicken with the fat on it, it keeps the chicken moist. Okay, boneless, skinless chicken breasts for me are completely useless unless you're going to bread them. They're going to be dry. Again, look. Find out where it bends. There's your line. But look, you can't cut here. It's a bone. You can't cut here. It's a bone. Try it on the line. Goes right through. Trim your fat. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's how you cut a chicken into 8 pieces. If you want 10 pieces, you cut each breast in half. Now, we're gonna roast the whole chicken. We went over that. I'm gonna include that recipe for you. If you ever buy a whole chicken at the club and it's not broken down, now you know how to do it. Okay? Chicken breast, very tender. This is great for saute, pan searing, grilling, deep frying, or you could pound it and pan fry it and make chicken parmesan. We're gonna do that in one of our next videos because I know you guys love chicken parmesan. Cooking things with the bone on. There are advantages to cooking things with the bone on. 1, it's not gonna curl up. 2, you're gonna have less shrinkage. 3, you're gonna have more flavor when you make your sauce. And 4, when the bone comes out, you know the chicken's cooked. So we're gonna save these chicken legs and the wings for braising. The breast we're gonna use for chicken parmesan, and we're also gonna use one for the Asian chicken salad, okay? I'm gonna do one more chicken for you. Then I'm gonna put the legs and wings in a bag and freeze them. And then in a few days, we're gonna do a couple of braising recipes. So in real time, I'm gonna cut the wing off, second joint. 1, 2. Can't cut it here, can't cut it here. Bend, cut it where it bends. Joint 1, joint 2, cut it where it bends. Little bit of steel. It's impossible not to contaminate your equipment. That's why you're gonna wash it. Legs off. Sorry, let's take some fat off. And if you miss a little fat now, you get it later. If we were gonna roast it, season the inside, salt, pepper, put your aromatics in there. Cavity away, wings close to you, natural position. Take your string, divide it in half as if you were tying your shoes. You can see it's about 2 inches under the chicken back, and it's about 1 inch from the top of the legs. Cross the string, drop it, under, under. Make sure it's off your breasts. Pull, bring it back between the thigh and the drum. Thumbs are here. Push, turn it on its side, tie it right behind the neck. This is going to take a little practice. You're going to be a star when you can do this. Scissors. Salt, pepper, little olive oil. That's how I do it. If you want to do it differently, you can put whatever you want in there. Spices, butter, doesn't matter. Take off your string. Gonna take left leg off again. Cut through the negative space. Not here, that's the breast. Right here. Okay? Little cuts. All the way to the bone. Pop it out of the joint. Put it flat. Follow the chicken. Follow the bone. Okay? Looks like a whole leg. Second leg. Just cut. Find that negative space. You're going in here. When it comes to cooking, there's a million ways to do things. If you have a better way and you come out with 8 pieces that are wholesome, great. Trim off the excess fat. Trim the other leg. See, no matter what I'm cutting, we're back to my fingers where they belong, like I showed you with the knife skills. Where it bends, there's your fat line right here. Should go. Works almost every time, except when you're on camera, but so far I'm doing okay. Where it bends, you see the line of fat? Okay. Cavity away. For me, it's always going to be there. Never going to be like that. Not on the first cut anyway. Find your breastbone. Look at where the breasts are. Make your line. Can't go any further. There's a bone. I went all the way down the backside. Tip of the knife, follow the bone. Follow the bone. Okay? We want to save the wing, so we're cutting the joint, the first joint. Okay? And you save your wing. Bone, want to be on this side of the bone. Okay, look, follow to the end and then go down the wishbone. Turn it around, tip of the knife. First joint, sorry. Again, trim your chicken. So again, we have two breasts, two thighs, two drumsticks, two wings. Two breasts, two thighs, two drumsticks, two wings. So that's our demo on fabricating a whole chicken, and this will lead us to other videos where we actually cook. But you must know how to do this. Thank you, be safe, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.